Liv Morgan assists unlikely name against former WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion on Raw. Hello guys. Welcome to my channel, I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Since Liv Morgan's return to WWE, the Judgment Day has been looking quite strong. While Morgan was expected to battle for the Women's World Championship, Raquel Rodriguez made her way into the world title picture, forcing Morgan to take her attention to the women's tag team title scene. This week's edition of WWE Raw featured a massive battle between Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez, with Liv Morgan supporting the latter by accompanying her on the ringside. The match kicked off quite intriguingly between two of the greatest rivals in the NXT history, getting fans excited for the action. Both women knew a lot about each other and had a counter for almost every single attack from each other, making the match more interesting. The ending moments of the battle featured Liv Morgan using the referee's distraction to kick Valkyria right on her nose, allowing Perez to hit the pop rocks and get the victory. This marked quite an unexpected help from Morgan after the visible differences she has with Roxanne Perez, since the latter was added to the Judgment Day. Further, Perez tried to get closer to Morgan's boyfriend, Dominic Mysterio, at one time. This never let fans expect that both women will work together and that Morgan would help her, even if she was a part of the faction. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria have been quite a tag team duo on the Red brand and have been making headlines with their work together. In a recent post on X, while promoting Bayley's Lodestone Women's Seminar, Valkyria called her tag team partner anoa'i. Crazy that at its Bayley WWE brought women together from all around the world this week and gave them an opportunity to perform in front of the best to ever do it. "I wish she wasn't so annoying," Lyra Valkyria wrote, reacting to her tag team partner's comment. Bayley made an interesting comment of her own, stating that she would hold a special class as a punishment for Lyra. "My next seminar will be a month-long masterclass on how to properly ring a bell, and you will be the only participant," she wrote. Fans will have to wait and see what the duo has in store for their future in the tag team division next. Liv Morgan encounters creepy WWE fan request. Liv Morgan recently encountered a creepy request from a WWE fan. The former Women's World Champion made her return at Survivor Series and helped Dominic Mysterio win back the Intercontinental Championship against John Cena. The match at Survivor Series saw Cena fight off the Judgment Day before Morgan came out to the ring. She slapped Dirty Dom and appeared to be siding with the last real champion. She went on to straddle Cena, but the alliance was short-lived as she hit a low blow on the legend, allowing Dominic to capitalize. Now, a video has surfaced that shows Morgan at the receiving end of a creepy request from a fan during a meet and greet. In the clip, she is approached by a fan who asks her if she could straddle him like she did John Cena at Survivor Series. The WWE star shut down the request immediately with an emphatic "no." Liv Morgan is often seen straddling Dominic Mysterio on WWE TV, and it should be noted that it is part of her on-screen character and storyline relationship. However, she made it clear that she isn't entertaining any such requests outside the squared circle. Liv Morgan is eyeing championship gold after return to WWE. This week on Raw, Raquel Rodriguez attacked Nikki Bella as the Hall of Famer was addressing the Women's World Champion Stephanie Baker about a possible rematch for the title. Backstage at the Judgment Day Clubhouse, Big Mommy Cool made it clear to Liv Morgan that she is going after the Women's World title. This led to Morgan talking to Roxanne Perez about going for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Later in the night, she helped Perez defeat Lyra Valkyria in a one-on-one match and celebrated with her afterward. Fans will be eager to see if the duo end up challenging for the tag team titles anytime soon. Liv Morgan shuts down request to straddle fan, like she did John Cena. Liv Morgan had an awkward interaction with a fan. Former Women's World Champion Liv Morgan made a surprise return to WWE at Survivor Series, War Games last month, and helped Dominic Mysterio defeat John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. She initially took out Mysterio with a slap and jumped into Cena's arms, but ended up taking a page out of the latter's heel turn and dropped the GOAT with a kick to the groin. Now, a clip from a meet and greet is going viral on X-Twitter that shows a fan asking Liv Morgan to straddle of him the same way she did John Cena. Morgan didn't lose her cool but gracefully shot down the fan's request with a smiling face. Some fans tend to cross the line when they meet female wrestlers in public. Former WWE and AEW star Saraya also recently, Bully Ray, says Liv Morgan outshined John Cena's iconic heel turn look, reacting to Liv Morgan's return on Busted Open Radio. WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray claimed that the former Women's World Champion outdid John Cena when she mirrored the latter's heel turn look. Yikes, I loved the ISO shot. I loved Liv jumping into John's arms. I loved the camera close-up on Liv's eyes and how they popped out of her head like the evil shivel that she is. Little manipulative, you know what? I think the Liv look was far superior to the John look. The John look was more deadpan. The Liv look to me was so much more John's look was less is more. Liv's look was so over the top, and I loved she looked possessed. And I loved it. Everything that went on in Dom and John worked. Bully Ray said about Liv Morgan 3 possible finishes for the Terror Twins versus Aleister Black, Zelina Vega on WWE SmackDown. Aleister Black and Zelina Vega will team up for the first time in WWE to battle a reunited Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. The Terror Twins announced their reunion last week on the Blue brand in a pre-recorded video package. They will now battle in a mixed tag team match to potentially settle their differences once and for all. However, it all depends on whether Vega will be able to compete on the Blue brand this week. The former Women's United States Champion recently lost her uncle and revealed that the funeral would take place this Sunday. There is currently no update from WWE about whether or not the match will happen. There is a chance that the match might be postponed or called off entirely. However, if it does go through, here are 3 potential ways the mixed tag team match could end on WWE SmackDown. Aleister Black could pin Damian Priest clean. The former AEW star is already ahead of Damian Priest in their head-to-head battle. He got the win when the two faced each other in a last man standing match. However, he received assistance from his wife Zelina, who surprised Damian Priest to allow him to get the advantage. To continue their feud, Black could hit his rival with a black mass and pin him clean. This would allow him to get a major momentum boost and would potentially set up a 3rd major clash between the two at some point down the line. The Terror Twins could squash their opponents for an easy win. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley both have the size advantage heading into their mixed tag team match tonight. Ripley is one of the most dominant superstars in the company, and it is unlikely that Zelina will be able to get the better of the Nightmare. Moreover, Priest could use the backup provided by his partner to finally exact revenge for the fireball in the last man standing match. Ripley could then flatten Zelina with a riptide to easily pick up the win and help her Terror Twin gain the advantage in his feud with Black. Aleister Black could find an innovative way to win. Despite being at a disadvantage physically against the Archer of Infamy, Aleister Black found a way to win their last man standing match by having his wife interfere. He then launched a fireball into Priest's face to get the win. Aleister Black is surely aware of his team being at a disadvantage heading into the bout. Therefore, he could find another innovative way to pick up the win tonight. Perhaps he could launch another fireball to incapacitate Priest. Or he could use another foreign object. He could also use a poison mist attack to hamper Priest's vision and then knock him out with a black mass. This would help keep the feud interesting and also build up to a final showdown between the two former NXT stars at a future show, where they could have another no disqualification match. Nikki Bella selects Rhea Ripley as someone she'd like to face in her final match. Bella selects Ripley as a potential final opponent. There's a new interview with WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella on Outspoken with Bruce Gatos. During their chat, the co-host asked Bella to name who she'd like to face in her final match. Bella went on to draft up her ideal retirement scenario and then picked Rhea Ripley. So, I would want to be in my greatest heel moment. I'd want to be top heel, probably have a faction behind me. Unstoppable, and I think I would want it to be Rhea Ripley. She is a powerhouse. During the summer of 2025, Bella and Ripley teamed together on Monday Night Raw. Elsewhere in the conversation, Bella said her current WWE run was only supposed to last 3 months, but it has been a year and I will continue. If the quote in this article is used, please credit Outspoken with Bruce Gatos with an HT to Fightful for the transcription. All superstars confirmed for WWE SmackDown, December 12, 2025. Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Damian Priest. More. Tonight's show will originate from Mohegan Sun Arena. With Saturday night's main event on the horizon, this Friday's SmackDown, the go-home show, is set to deliver one final surge of excitement before the historic night unfolds. The December 12th, 2025 edition will air live from the Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Multiple big names, including Cody Rhodes, Jade Cargill, Sami Zayn, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Ilja Dragunov, among others. 3 massive matches have been announced for the show, including a mixed tag, a US title bout, and a high-octane singles showdown. Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest have reunited to take on Aleister Black and Zelina Vega in a mixed tag team match. On the other hand, Tommaso Ciampa will finally get the title shot he has been asking for, as Ilja Dragunov will put the WWE United States title on the line during their showdown tonight. Furthermore, after the attack by Nia Jax and Lash Legend on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss following Bliss's win over Kairi Sane, Bliss is set to take on Legend in a singles action on the go-home show. WWE Legend finally speaks up on retiring, chooses Rhea Ripley. As last ever opponent, Rhea Ripley will be the last ever opponent for WWE Legend, as a star has chosen her name for her retirement match in the company. She has opened up about ending her career once and for all. Rhea Ripley is the last ever star Nikki Bella wants to face before retiring from WWE. Nikki Bella was speaking on Outspoken, where she was asked about a potential retirement match and who she would want to face. She replied that she was planning to retire in a few years and said that when the time came, there was one star she had in mind after all. Naming Rhea Ripley as that WWE star, she went on to say that her brother's daughter was a huge fan and even bought Ripley's shirt instead of her own merch. I get to pick. I would want to be in my greatest heel moment, a top heel.